game earlier. That's the counter.
Yeah. That are used as the all four.
Should update, John. Sorry to interrupt. Should update anyone in the chat because I know there's a couple people asking right now where the other streams are. So one should be up about. I believe they have B-Cop and Tsunami casting PSG E-Home. So that'll be up probably maximum in a couple minutes, but it'll be up now. The newbie game, however, unfortunately, I believe we had a very late kind of dropout. So we from a cast, I'm saying. So there's a bit of an issue there. I don't believe the game will be streamed, but I can't say 100%. And the third stream should be up. But again, I don't know. All I know is our stream and stream number 1 are definitely up right now. Apart from that, if I... However, for now, you get to enjoy me and John. That's gonna be fun.
Enjoy is a word. I'm not sure I'd use it to describe listening to me, but sure. Yeah. You get to enjoy it.
Very nice. You've got a very nice.
You just want me to compliment you back.
Soothing voice.
Well, you know what we do have on hand, Mike? Good game of Dota.
Indeed. On the $1 million prize, and it's only the first best of 3 of the day, but it does matter quite a lot. You know how you go on the standings, and John, the tips have already got started.
Yeah, I love this. I love this because now we're gonna have this all year, Mike. Isn't that exciting? It's in Dota Plus now, so it's not confined to just one season. We get to have tips, mind games every season.
In one update, John, Dota Plus actually became useful.
I absolutely don't regret my 1-year subscription now. Definitely worthwhile.
You did
before. I'll be honest, I did. Yes. But now I don't. It's good. It's actual, well, it's semi-value.
Dota Plus. You see 343 up there on the chin. Laning with May on that clean. May lane. SRF. mid on the Tiny. And they moving this right now, so there is going to be a bit of a lane swap, it seems. YW.
The battle begins.
Kill this rune. The Arfu is there on the Dark Willow. Back out. Haven't decided exactly what the lanes are, but Setsu way up, and it looks like Monet will go to that down to that bot lane now. Hang out with Arfu. In fact, never mind. Setsu will sit mid on that Leshrac, and we have SRF. He'll make his way up. Now, this makes a lot more sense in my... I was going to say, I don't think this Tiny's going to go well up against ZYD on that laner, but now with the Leshrac, it should be okay for pretty much both ends.
Yeah, this looks fairly even. It's a classic magic mid versus magic mid. I think I do like these lane swap outs. I feel like the Dark Willow and the Plinks work out better as a laning duo compared to Chen and Plinks. It's just not as good. Chen and Dark Willow and Plinks is a much better duo for this lane.
Yeah, hard one to go up again. So CG and PYW doing a pretty good job of harassing Monet a bit. Has already had to go through 2 tangos as well. Yeah, XCG. I mean, this is one of those things about the Bane. It's just so damn powerful in lane right now. And in fact, hold that fork, because top lane. GGG, the tree throw, it will actually get the first blood. SRF. A very nice play from him. And I gotta tell you, if there was one hero I wasn't expecting to die this early, it was the PL.
Yeah, I mean, level 1 Phantom Lancer is probably not... It's, you know, it's not the hero's strong point. So if there's any time to build that hero, it is at this point in the game. And they're doing a fairly good job with it. They force XCJ to rotate up top. Means the Nikofos is alone at bot lane for now, PYW. And that does free up the map a bit for RNG.
Yeah. So if they're going to move the Earthshaker down bot. There. Also, these early rotations, like you said, going to be a little bit of a win for RNG. Have to adjust a bit. Does go up to level 2. Be able to level that doppelganger if he wishes. That being said, I believe most PL carries don't really enjoy going for that level 2. They'd rather go for the Phantom Rush. See very soon. Meanwhile, 3-4-3. Bit of harassment coming out onto XCG with that penitent. Illusion. Strong points about the Chen. You really can't underestimate how much amp damage the penitent gives. It does kind of stack up quite a bit.
Yeah, it definitely does, and it does a lot of work, including Blightstones, your right clicks is amplified even further.
Look at this.
And XCJ is coughing a lot.
Yeah, he's dead. I mean, that's 18% bonus damage at level 1. It's kind of ridiculous. Put that with the Avalanche Toss combo from SR. They're both level 1 abilities right now, but he just melts the Bane.
Yeah,
no chance.
On top of that, Tiny's base hit is pretty high as well. 84 damage right now at level 3. It's a lot. It's amplified up by that Penitence, and it's also amplified with a Blightstone, so... Every time he's hit with that, you just kind of have to back away from the creeps. You can't afford to last it, because the moment you're chain stunned, you're dead.
Keep an eye out to see what Serenity can do. Trying to even it out a bit. Not bad in any sense, but... Still. I mean, I'm saying they're 0-2 right now, but I look to the last hit score, and both, in fact, yeah, two of the top net worths are actually from ZYD and the Phantom Lancer GGPG. They're both at the top. So although those kills did occur, it doesn't seem like they're struggling whatsoever.
Yeah, definitely in terms of last hits, in terms of finding the farm from the lane, they are getting a bit more, but you know, at the same time they're not playing as aggressive. Like, they're just trying to get these last hits out, and they're finding it still. The mid lane matchup is definitely something you should kind of expect. I mean, Leshrac has just been hit so hard over the years. I have to say, over the years, been definitely nerfed out of that mid. He's still being used there every now and again. It's just that I think over the course of the time we've seen it, it just doesn't work out too well. And in here, it's definitely not... It's not doing too badly. Like, 19-1 against 2043 is not, like, a totally lost win. It's not shining.
SRF. Missed that one, John, but like Penitence into the Avalanche Toss again. XCG cannot survive that. Again, the amp damage along with that combo is way too much. And then, of course, like you mentioned, the right click quite high on the Tiny. They might go again. 3-4-3. He does have enough mana, and they're going to go for GGG. And big flinch, and down the slope as well. 3-4-3 will end up dropping, and it may be a bit of miscommunication coming out on the side of RNG. They are going to toss XCG back, XCJ, my apologies, back. It really felt like they probably could have gotten a kill out of that had they comboed it properly.
Yeah, it might have been possible. It felt a bit iffy. Tiny is, you're kind of running low in mana. They've been a bit too active. He does have his bottle, but only a few charges of on his wand. So it might have been a bit optimistic, especially knowing that XCJ was respawning anyway.
Bot lane, YW goes perfectly fine. But this bot lane, we haven't talked about it in a bit, but it has become a lot harder for the side of Serenity. They've left PYW alone. Mind you, it is a Necrophos. It's one of those heroes that can get the job done by itself, but against that Clinkz, those searing arrows, they hurt quite a lot. And that Ghost Shroud's not going to be available all the time to use. In fact, look at Monet. He's just forcing him out of this lane, not allowing him to get those last hits up. And he managed to get a couple just then, but Ghost Shroud again back on cooldown, and he's out of regen.
Yeah, that's the one issue with Necrophos, right?
Lane. Got GGG, Avalanche toss the tree throw as well. One more right click, SRF, he will find it. Not get the fog in the trees going. SRF, he'll get sent back. Valentin, and of course, he'll just make his way straight back up to the top lane with that TP. RNG,
yeah.
One.
Yeah, they're definitely playing this early aggression, you know, which I mentioned, it is their strength. It's the strength of their lineup to really start, being aggressive early on and start securing towers as time goes on. They're setting themselves up for that quite nicely. I think the only hero that's really suffering just a tad is probably their Clinkz, not in terms of last hits, but in terms of, no, he's just not applying pressure yet. Then again, you know, he hasn't hit level 6 yet. He does have a soul ring up, so his mana issue is kind of fixed, just a little bit. But you do have to play around that cooldown when the death pact is up, and once that's up, you can see a little more action on the bot lane, or maybe a rotation up mid.
Perhaps. Keep an eye on Monet for that. PYW. We're having a good old time. 7 last hits now, 7 still nice for him. That much gold. Down there. Moment. Out, but pretty hard, especially up against the thing. Anyway. Probably not going to be a kill. Land a very nice Fisher. Does seem like they don't have any, anyway. That one go for the moment. So, John, I'm used to seeing Arfu on the very aggressive position. You know, like he used to Spirit and Fakers and things like that, but Dark Willow, it seems a bit slightly more passive. Like, it seems like a bit of a slower hero to play on that position.
Yeah, it's a bit slower, I'd say. I don't think it's down to the hero itself. You can play it really fast as well. I think it comes down to just Arfu being forced to just really babysit Monet, make sure he wins his lane against Necrophos, and kind of just slow the Necrophos down, which he's done a decent job of. I mean, the Necrophos still has all the last hits he wants, he's level 6, but at the same time, your Clinkz wasn't shut down in that lane. You kind of drew even, and you did force a support rotation early on. So the lanes of Team Serenity were shaken up a bit by Arfu's constant presence. I think that's while he is paying the price for it with, you know, much less XP than he'd want on this hero.
Game plays relatively low for them, 1-4. Both teams seem like they just want to farm it. In fact, as I say that, Arfu ends up getting ganked bot lane by D, made a rotation. He'll go back up to the mid lane. Not for them, but it did require 3 heroes to get that.
Yeah, and it's smoke. It was a smoke rotation. It was a smoke rotation. I think it's worthwhile. You know, you had Laguna played for quite a while without using it. You kind of want to use that at least to get a burst kill done, get some farm going, and you know they just used it on Afu. That's fine, perfectly fine. Smoke rotation with Laguna used. It's the first Laguna kill. I think that's fine.
Top lane, GGG, gonna be in some trouble right now. He does doppelganger away. After off there in time to brambles off. Go. RNG.
They do pick up most of the bounty rings, so yeah.
In that case, I suppose you want to work. PYW bot lane getting very, very low. Monet, he might go for this. In fact, he decides not to. Death pulse up just enough. Heart here. Harder to kill. PYW. 2 rounds. Top lane. Saref. Bit of harassment. Fine. We haven't talked about much at all. Pops up out of nowhere, gets a few. Couple kill. Got 1k in the bank account right now. Now he has got a magic wand set up. In fact, hold that thought because PYW is going to be in trouble. The Ghost Shroud was there, but Setsu says, thank you very much for that amplifying damage. That Nova gets it going, but what I was trying to say is this 1k on the Earthshaker. Does he rush a blink tag? Back hold that thought because a double stun comes out, and now the Laguna Blade as well. Setsu is gone. BYD sets up beautifully. They wanted that tier 1 tower, but not going to be able to get it. They can damage. Creates a lot of space as well for G. Top lane. Nay? Actually able to find the Bane, it seems. XCG will go down another double stun of CYD, and up the ult. The Necro with the Reaper side takes out Monet, and this is not worth it for the side of RNG. They might even lose 3-4-3, and ZYD says thank you very much. He'll just walk off and wait for a rune, and in fact he will not be blessed with one. But if he goes top, he'll find a regenerate. See if R2 gets there in time to snap it off him, but back to my initial point, John. The Earthshaker's in queue. Are we going to see a Blink Dagger rush? In fact, forget about the question. He's queued it up.
Yes. I mean, that's really... It's a key item in the Earthshaker. You really can't do too much. I mean, you still have impact without it. It's just, you definitely want it to maximize the hero, so... They are giving Sinju some space to farm his Blink Dagger. Not too far off, 700 gold off. Maybe about 3 minutes at the latest to farm that up if he's given this much space. He'll have it at a good time, and once that's up, the team fights for Team Serenity should start looking a bit better. He's gonna hit his level 6 as well, and that's gonna be kind of a scary time for RNG. But at the same time, everyone else on RNG is also getting a decent amount of levels. Tiny's level 9. The only one really hit hard is Afu. Even he's level 6 already, and there's a smoke play on bot. Yeah,
they're going to find it as well. PYW, I don't see how he reacts to this. In fact, no, the Ghost Shroud is there, and he just TPs out. Terrorize, it's not really necessary. They use the Chen creep, stun him up. Nice pickup onto PYW. I think a very necessary one at this rate. Because PYW, he was having a great old time in the bot lane. Slow him down a bit. Saref as well, showing off that new Blink Dagger he just picked up, and this is when Tiny's start to get a bit silly. Start blinking in and taking out people left, right and center. Saref does try and do. Weapon defend this mid lane. Afu will go there and job done himself. 5-7 now. Worth remains under 1k. In fact, bot lane, Monet will manage to find the tier 1 tower for himself. Of course, John, how could we forget? There's some F10k betters, Chad, I'm sure. How can we forget? 5-7, John. The sweat is starting to roll down for the people gambling.
Don't gamble, guys. You do what you want with your money, but very careful when you're dealing with these gambling sites. We don't condone them. We don't necessarily sponsor them. You know, whatever. Getting that out of the way.
I don't know if we're.
Well, you know, Valve did do that whole thing with gambling, so I think it's just fair to say. But going back to the point of the game, Mike, less than 1k lead for Team Serenity at this point in the game. Tied up for towers. Both of these safe lane towers getting taken out of the map. And I think, I was saying the strength of RNG is in this early to mid game. They've shown a bit of it in the kills, it does show in the kill board, not showing in the net worth yet. I think they definitely need to pull their aggression up. They have the Blink and Tiny, they have the levels on every one for heroes. They should try to apply a bit more pressure in this map. I feel maybe take out all the tier 1s, I guess, in the next 7 minutes at the latest, and you've got pretty decent pace there, but you really have to keep that pace up. Again, because you're running a lineup that really peaks early on. Right now, they've only taken 1 tower at 15, which is fine. That's kind of average. They have to keep that momentum going if they want to keep it in the
mid lane. They've caught the Tiny out, and the Echo Slam comes in the back line. Sin-Q, he'll find the 10. SRF still not dead throughout all this. The Terrorize actually keep him alive, and now they're coming with Setu. They'll find Sin-Q on that Earthshaker, so it's a 1-for-1 trade right now. Arfu wants to find more. He's in a bit of trouble though. He'll use the damn it, the Bedlam is what I'm trying to say. The Reaper side comes out. SRF survives throughout all of it. Can he get out? No, he cannot. Manami, while still fighting XCG, is there as well. 3-4-3, trying to back off. Arfu trying to go for GGG. And they have stunned up PYW, but he's not going to get killed off. Setsu, he will end up dropping. Now XCG is surrounded. PYW, though, still there. He'll take counter Dark Willow. Now he wants more. 3-4-3 is going to be the target, and he's gone as well. Monet, the last man standing, and it looks like he's just dead. A nice stun comes out for the Chen Centaur creep, but Monet is gone. A full team wipe now for the side of Team Serenity.
That was slightly more than a team fight because Chen bought back, so that's 6 kills for the side of Team Serenity in exchange for 2. They lose the Earthshaker, they lose the Bane, but they killed off Team Serenity, a full team wipe +1, Mike. And that's a very good trade. This is not looking good for, that's definitely not the fight for RNG, that's not really where you want to be with this kind of lineup at this point, being a 5-man and losing the 5-man. Definitely not what this lineup wants. I think, again, as I mentioned earlier, RNG has to be the ones playing on the aggressive. They have the Blink and Tiny, they have the initiation they need. They just need to find opening. They need to venture into the jungle, under smoke, take out one key target, and then just group up as 5, push a tower, or keep hunting. I'm not sure which one they'd prefer, but they need to maximize this early power spike from their heroes, which right now I feel like they're really not maximizing. There's a smoke out right now, but I feel like it's a bit late.
It's really late, John. I agree with everything you're saying. There's a 4k net worth lead now to the side of the Radiant, and they look powerful. CYD, he's just going to take down the Leshrac. Monet now is there, but he's got nothing. He's got no silence, he's got no Deso. I don't know what his plan is here right now. PYD, or PYW I should say, is there ready to help. XCG going to be chased up. The Bedlam has been used, but Arfu, he can't take him down fast enough. He might just turn around. Arfu, he's dead. This is not great news. SRF now, he'll get Yule stun. CYD is there with the stun, and he couldn't blink out in time. Reaper's Scythe will take him out. A 3-for-1 trade, and that was a smoke. Oh, RNG are just well, they're not looking great right now. I mean, Team Serenity, they seem to understand the game plan, and it looks like they're executing RNG's game plan. They're the ones being aggressive. They're the ones taking towers quickly.
Yeah, it's funny because we mentioned that Team Serenity just wants to hold on to the late game. They're not really the lineup looking for these early aggression. Sure, they have Lina and the Microphos, but for the most part, you'd think that they were just buying space for ZZZ. But ZZZ's been really active in the map. All he has is a Diffusal and Hood of Defiance, and the guy's just running around causing havoc. And it's doing a lot of work. This early aggression, maybe RNG wasn't ready for this coming out from Serenity. Maybe they figured that Serenity would just play it slow, and they could maximize off that. Serenity's been responding to every single rotation, and every single move that RNG's been making that it's really hard to find a good opening. And again, I think that comes down to taking too long of time to really start using those smokes again. After that team wipe +1, that's when they decided, it's a good time to smoke. And I don't know, I feel like that timing was just a bit more reactive than proactive. It's definitely not how you should play this lineup. This lineup's very proactive. but they're playing it reactively, so it's not being played to its full strength, I think.
Top lane now, SRF. Careful, because it does sort of feel like Sinq pretty much solo kill him right now if he's down creeps with Echo Slam.
My thrift rewarded.
K net worth side of team 2.
My holiness hides me.
I'll give a warning out, John, because it appears someone is spoiling the score. If the score is spoiled one more time, I will have to ban you.
I'm not sure how you even spoil it unless the lobby has no delay. I'm not sure about that one.
Oh, I think you can see it on like.
Ah, right. On the live tab, yeah.
Yeah, but please don't. Otherwise, I will have to ban you. But anyway, back to the game, John. 7k net worth lead. Now, how did the side of RNG come back into this?
Well, I mean, for one thing, they have to not get caught out alone, which looks like they are going to. Setsu is going to be pretty much caught out.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, so that's one thing. Don't get caught out, just like that. Second thing is, where are the smoke rotations? There's a smoke available for RNG. I see 343 has it queued up, but no one's buying it. And they need to group up as 5. They need to do what Serenity's doing. Serenity's in the lineup is not the lineup that's supposed to be smoking around, finding solo pickoffs and pushing a tower. That's supposed to be RNG. So maybe just do what Serenity's doing, do it to them. But it's a bit late for that. Now I think they need to readjust. Maybe get some farm going in the Clinks, get one big item in the Clinks. That BKB should be really helpful. Have the Tiny play a bit more of a space-keeping role. You want some farm on your Leshrac as well, because it's going to lose impact very soon.
Now, going down, I mean, Monet is there, but what the hell can he do? Got a Maelstrom now, fair enough. They are going to get going. It looks like SRF trying to take down the backlines, but they save him, and now the Echo comes out of the backlines. PYW is there, Monet is gone. Setsu running forward, trying to help out a bit, but GGG is pretty healthy throughout all this. SRF trying to back off as well. Setsu about to drop, and he will. 343, what the hell can he do as a chance? Well, he can die, and he will do so. It's 3 down for the sake of Elena. They're still going to lose this tier 2 tower. And it looks like they might lose a tier 3. Looks like Serenity is saying, why the hell would we stop right now? We're so far ahead. There's just no reason to. SRF trying to delay it a bit. They found Abdu, who's in the Shadow Realm. The Bedlam has been committed, but he's just dead. The Blade Mail from PYW gets the job done, and they call GG 22.5 minutes in.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, this is definitely... It definitely... They figured it out and just... Yeah, it's hard. Their lineup was... Look. Their lineup was supposed to win this first 20 minutes. They lost it. They could win the next 20 minutes after, but they had to win the first 20 minutes. That